Hello Tacticians, it's Nox here, and today we're going to have our first look at the Tyranid Winged Prime, and of course thanks to Snowprint for letting me have a look at this on their development servers. As with all my previews, this is looking at the character from a tournament arena perspective, so everything is at level 26, everything is at rare, and everything is at silver 1. So how does the Winged Prime bear up in comparison? Well, for a melee character, it has got very good armour and very good health, meaning it's going to be sticking around for a while in combat, which is exactly what you want it to do. It has 6 attacks in melee, using the Tyranid only, so far, bio attack, which is a 30% pierce ratio. Its damage for this looks fairly healthy too. And if we look at the skills, the first one, its active is Alpha Warrior. So if that Winged Prime has not moved this turn, it can summon a Tyranid Warrior in a free hex within Synapse range. So that's 2 hexes. The Tyranid Warrior has the Synapse trait itself and immediately performs a normal attack against the nearest enemy. And this Tyranid Warrior has got a ranged attack, which also does bio damage. When you combine that with its passive, the Synaptic Linchpin, which is whenever the Winged Tyranid Prime or another friendly unit with Synapse form an attack against an enemy and that enemy survives, summon a Hormigant adjacent to the target, which then immediately attacks, although you can't have more than 3 Hormigants summoned in this way at the same time. So although this character doesn't have a ranged attack, it can summon the Tyranid Warrior, and then that can attack at something within 2, and if the target survives, it then summons a Hormigant to attack that same character, which is kind of incredible. So let's see this beast in action. So, lovely made-up scenario. We've got the Tyranids versus the Imperial Guard, and we'll move the Winged Prime forward. Now, as you can see, because he moved, he now cannot summon the Tyranid Warrior. So we'll move everyone else forward. We're not going to do anything. That was just to show that you can't summon the warrior if he moves. So with the Prime itself, now he's standing still, he can actually summon the Tyranid Warrior in any of these spaces. So let's go ahead and summon him here. He'll shoot Thaddeus and then summon in a Hormigant. Pretty good. But not only that, let's just say our Neurothrope here attacks Cut. Let's have another Hormigant on the battlefield. Now, the Death Leaper and Tyrant Guard are not Synapse creatures, so when they attack, they actually will not spawn extra Hormigants. So the most you'll get out of these two is, well, 3 from the next turn, when the Winged Prime and the Tyranid Warrior and the Neurothrope all attack. But even just summoning 2 of these little creatures is going to make a mess of your opponent's plan. The fantastic flexibility here is you actually get to choose where you place your Tyranid Warrior. Unlike Yarrick, who when he summons, they just appear randomly, you've got full control over where this warrior appears. So if you want him in close combat, he can be in close combat. If you want him to shoot, he can shoot. This is a character you're going to need to be wary of in TA, especially if the 5th yet unknown Tyranid creature is yet another Synapse creature. You could end up with all these Hormigants being spawned and generally making a nuisance of themselves. This is a character I can certainly see being used in the TAs, and I personally can't wait to get him. Quickly looking towards the guild raids, he's going to be of limited use. The only real place I could see a use for him would be against Zarek, but I believe that there are better choices to use there. And of course, you've got the legendary raid events. He will certainly be useful there because of the summons, and there are a number of missions where you need to have at least 3 or 4 attacks, and he will fit into those very nicely indeed. If you find these videos useful, please consider using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guild are looking for a new home, please feel free to reach out to any of the guilds shown. As always, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.